Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero and welcome to Asobi, a short horror visual novel where you're a taxi driver that must take your clients to their location. A calm night. You drove for hours non-stop. Passengers are continually getting on and off the taxi. Almost none of them talked. That's how the day passed by until now. Silent. Yours is a reservation-only service. You don't know anything about your clients. All you have to do is reach the pickup point when you get notified. Then you drive them to their destination. The majority doesn't talk at all, but sometimes some of them do. When your clients talk to you, it feels as if you're exploring them. Every nuance, every secret. Everything emerges from their heart's darkness. And when that happens at night, with all the lights turned on and the streets empty, you have the impression of driving in an endless tunnel of sensations. Suspended from reality. Here you are then. You've reached another pickup point, where a girl is waiting for you. She looks at the taxi unimpressed. She must be used to seeing such luxury. She rapidly gets in. Her jacket and handbag are put neatly on the seat next to her. Good evening, miss. Where are you headed? Homunculus Hotel. Do you know of it? Yes, I know of it. Do you go there often? Odd name for hotel. She does not answer. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. It's fine. I go there almost every week. Always on the same day. It's not something I'm ashamed of. The thing is that no one ever asks. They just assume. So I was surprised. That's all. What do they assume? My work. Sometimes my entire life. Once you say you're headed to a hotel, and you have no suitcases with you, it's easy to understand who you are. Especially what you do for a living. So there's almost no need to ask. And many don't even want to know. And that seems like it would be very annoying. Only at the start. When you feel as if you don't exist. Or as if existing or not makes no difference. Then you start to wonder if it wouldn't be better to cease existing altogether. But over time you get used to it. She seems so comfortable. Her gaze is fixed beyond the window. You look at her in the rearview mirror. You can't help but wonder, who is she? And curiosity begins to animate your thoughts. How did you start? What about your family? Try about this. This might give us an interesting answer. My family. It's just how you would imagine. Is that a cough? An unsafe haven. Unsafe. Completely. Nothing in there matters at all. Not your thoughts. Not your feelings. The words you'd like to say can't be said. The things you'd like to do can't be done. Your own identity is only based on theirs. They become you. And you have to close yourself in a box hidden under your bed. To oppose your family, you have to fight. But if you do, you'll have to face the consequences. That's all I can say about my family. I was born from it. Yet I can't help but question, why can't they love me for who I am? Sometimes I think it's just impossible. It doesn't matter who our parents are. We're going to end up very different from them. When I left, everything remained as before. A cage. Sadness was following me anyway. Blood was following me anyway. My ghost was following me anyway. You think you know me. So, this VN, apparently, the developers claim, at least in the description, that it's influenced by, like, anime movies like Satoshi Kon's work. So, if you've seen his works, they're usually very dramatic, although he did a couple of more comedic ones. The most famous one, I think, is Perfect Blue. But pretty much an entire great catalog of anime films. Well, that's about it. What do you think? How did you handle it? I just kept going. I don't know. I had no direction. So I just kept following the road ahead. It's okay if I turn the radio on. No problem. Oh, anyway. Sorry, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Remo. And you are? I'm just a driver. I drive. I'll just call you Driver then. I kind of like it. Driver. Prostitute. Just two labels, right? Yet they tell more about us than our names. Silence falls for an instant. She's now looking in front of herself. Is she smiling? It seems like it. But the night is getting darker, and you find it difficult to see her clearly from the driver's seat. Anyway, how is your work? It seems calm. It mostly is, yes. Driving can be relaxing, especially at night. You know, there is this loneliness. You pick up the passengers, then drive to their destinations, and the loop continues. If the passengers are talkative, you get to pass an interesting moment. But if they're silent, it's like driving a ghost somewhere. It's only you, the road, and a presence behind you. Nights and loneliness. Seems like we have something in common. Your work is in a luxurious taxi. Mine shifts between luxurious dinner tables and bedrooms. We get to meet so many people, and yet we're both so alone. Have you always been alone? Not always. There was someone once. She was a nice girl. Sincere. Sweet. But now she isn't here anymore. She went away one day. I don't know why she did it. She didn't leave any message behind. She just packed her things and disappeared. We used to spend a lot of time together. All our free time, really. She had a normal job, you know. A splendid job in a video game company. She was so happy about it. Every day she only talked of that. Then that company was bought by EA. With a smile on her face. And I just stood there next to her, listening. I never had so many things to say, so I could only do that. We had found some kind of balance. She wanted to express herself. And I wanted to have some demonstration that humanity could be, I don't know, something more than bodies and sweat. So in some way, we complemented each other. But, well, it's difficult for people like me to have love stories. Especially if one you love doesn't come from the same environment. There needs to be trust. And trust only comes with time. So, relationships are too difficult to sustain. And humans are complicated. They're greedy. As once they're with someone, they want more from that person. More love, more attention, more sex. And they get jealous since they want to be the only one for you. But in the end, we all only need pure and sincere love. And that's something I couldn't give to her. So she ran away. And I ended up alone once again. This time for even longer than ever before. Only the ghost of myself remained. That's when I started running for answers. To be found in the sound of this room. This sure is a long drive. I'm sorry. The hotel is pretty distant, you know. I never realized. It always seems so close. To tell you the truth, though, I never really reached it. I never visited that client. I was too scared. So every time I came close to it, I just turned back. But maybe today is the right day. Yes, maybe it is. It's just that I don't know what could have waited for me there. Emptiness again. Or happiness. I read somewhere that the Homunculus Hotel is a place of dreams. Every room is like a different dream. And they reflect the people who stay there. But dreams can sometimes be nightmares, right? What was your worst nightmare? My nightmare. I often lingered on the clothes hanging out to dry. Although the wind moved them, they remained there, hanging on the threads. They couldn't be free. They couldn't fly away because the clothespin kept them on the threads. And every time I looked at the clothes, they were so white and pure, I couldn't help but think about our similarities. I was like a caterpillar. Struggling to create my cocoon. And at the same time, I was a shirt hanging on a thread. I couldn't be who I wanted, because something kept me from being free. What? She fell asleep. Her soft, slow breath dissolves into the car noises. The road ahead seems endless. Darker and darker, it stretches towards infinity. It's better to rest, as the road is still long. A trip like many others. You get the reservation, reach the pickup point, then drive towards the client's destination. We all make our reservation when we're born. Then one day, we'll reach our destination, just like this girl, and many others before and after her. But have you ever thought about your own reservation and your own ultimate destination? So we're going to go back through. I'm not surprised by the ending whatsoever, but we're going to go back through. I'm going to see if the other responses are many much different. How did you start? Well, it's been a long time. Around 10 years. Maybe 7 or 8. Oh, look, we got some color. I woke up one day. I suddenly realized I was feeling horrible. No direction. No future. No love. So I decided to trust the only thing I had left. My body. Have you ever felt like you're split in 2 parts? You have your mind and your body, separate entities, and your body is distant from you. It's like a detached thing. That's why at the beginning, using it didn't mean much. The more I did, the more I felt reunited. Like I was becoming one with myself. It's true that it isn't a nice work. Especially not when you start. When you can't choose. When you need the money. And everyone looks at you like they look at an insect. In fact, you are an insect. A small caterpillar. You slowly gather all you need to close yourself in a cocoon, and you build it to protect yourself, to have a place where you can feel safe. Maybe it's a shield for your feelings, a shell used to defend your inner self. But while you're inside the cocoon, forcing your body to be detached but also feeling closer and closer to yourself, you start to realize things. You understand the people around you. You understand the system around you. You learn to use it to your advantage. And then you understand yourself. So the cocoon breaks and you come out, reborn as a butterfly. But the ghost of yourself is behind the corner, waiting. You think you know me. Well, that's about it. What do you think? Nothing I haven't heard before. Pretty common, huh? I know that I'm not the only one with a similar story. I'm a pretty common girl. It's okay if I turn the radio on. No problem. Oh, anyway. And I think that's the same doll. I'm gonna skip ahead. Ever wanted to escape? Sometimes. But only at the beginning. Well, maybe. Maybe not only at the beginning. But you get it, huh? When you look around yourself and see nothing more than misery, it's natural to develop a desire to be somewhere else. But I've always wondered if if fleeing was the right answer for me at least. But one day you wake up, you decide to go away. So you pack your things, you leave what you don't need in your apartment, or wherever you live, and you just go away. Do you have a friend somewhere far away? Is there an old lover waiting for you? Or a parent you're particularly fond of? Perhaps an anime character? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyone is fine. Anyone can be a better haven to reach and stay. But will that misery really go away? Will we rot in peace in that place? Or will we be able to start anew? To be found in the sound of this room. What was your biggest dream? My dream. I was not unhappy. Or at least I don't think I was. I found my answers. In my body I found myself. But maybe I just wish that ghost could have disappeared. The ghost of myself. Of my old self. Back when I was weak and incapable of taking my decisions. I always lived in the shadows of my parents. Their ideas. Their expectations. Until one day I decided to go away. My first real choice. It seems like ages ago. Is it freedom all I wished for? Freedom to choose what to do with myself? Yes, maybe. But does it really matter now? Okay, so I think that's all the differences in the dialogue and ending. So that's it for Asobi. So, bit of a melancholic dialogue. To give some slight criticism, I would say that I don't feel like the choices should have not been there. It should have just all been like a linear run, and all the stories should have been added together. Because for a type of story this should be a little bit longer, about 40 minutes long with the dialogue, I think. That's me going off of short films and some other things that have had similar tales and kind of goals like this. But I believe this was for a game jam. I think it was for that visual novel horror game jam. I could be wrong, but I think that's the one it was part of. So, I guess you can't get too ambitious sometimes, but the overall presentation, as in like the art, the kind of low-key atmospheric track, and the mood is actually well done. So, I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I do think it was limited by its format of where it was released quite a bit, more so than some other type of games would be. But I like where this developer is going, per se. So, I'd be interested to see this developer do another moody release. Hopefully, not part of a game jam, but something a little bit longer, so I can fully absorb the atmosphere. Anyway, so thank you all for watching Play Asobi. I'll see you guys later, and take it easy.